Good morning, class 12 children. Today again we are back with our online class. As per the routine, today we have English language to discuss. Uh, of course, majority of our English 1 syllabus we have already got over in our last session when we were in class 11. What we are discussing uh, in class 12 through online classes, uh, these are all our revision classes. We are trying to understand more of what shortcomings we had in our last sessions and trying to understand in deeper sense so that whatever be the question you have in the paper, it would be easy for you to solve them. So let us uh, discuss what we have the next in today's class to discuss. If you remember, last time we had discussed question number 2a, where we have the options or varieties uh, exercises to be done. We discussed their report writing. We understood how we write our report writing, because many times in last session I had seen your workings. Many of you were not able to understand it in the right way to write a report writing. Basically, we have to stick to the format, because the council will be very strictly uh, judging your answer according to the format what they have prescribed us. So, in our last discussion, I think the doubts regarding this might have been cleared for you, and you were also given some task uh, in the explain exercise. Hope you have done the exercise, and in between we'll be taking more of the exercises as a practice work, because what we need in English language is uh, more practice. The more practice you have, the better you be. So keep writing whatever works that are assigned to you, and keep focus to the explain portion of the exercises that we have. And if you have the doubts, you can still ask me. And what I want to tell is, first and foremost, whatever explanations we are now providing you through online classes, uh, we would not be repeating them when the school gets reopened, because we'll be left with minimum time to cover the rest of the syllabus. That's why whatever we had uploading our classes through videos in YouTube, please watch them and try to understand in a better way, and get the work done timely, so that the flow of working between you and us must be smoothly done, so that you understand, and we also have the time to explain whatever doubts you have further. So today's class will see the next option we have in question number 2a. So last time it was report writing, so today we'll take review writing as our today's online class. And this is also a revision class, because you have already understood what is a review writing. So anyways, here again, review, the word review means criticism, as given here on the board. It means criticism. Criticism means to find faults. Now remember, uh, review writing is asked on two things. One is a film, the other is a book. The choice will be to the examiner, not for us, because whatever is the question asked in the paper, so we have to attend, because this is a single question we have and is a compulsory question we have in the paper. So as far as review writing is concerned, any of the two options is going to be asked by the examiner. Either it will be a film review or it will be a book review. That's what we have already understood in our last session. So yet try to understand it in a better way, so that there should not be any doubt when you sit to write the paper in the exam hall. So see, so film review is based on film. So strictly we say to many of you that do not watch movies, but a question is there for you. That is an option for the council to ask. So I suggest whenever a new movie is in the hall or in the reach, wherever you can nowadays, because you have the net facilities, so you can watch it and keep a copy of what you have watched, so that you can be able to write a good review on any film that you have watched. So this is what you must do, and side by side you are also suggested to read varieties of books, novels, story books, apart from your syllabus book, because a question may be asked on any book review, right? So you must be able to write it nicely, so that you can get good marks in writing the question. So we are talking about review writing. So if this question is asked either on a film review or a book review, uh, it is of 20 marks, as we know, and the word limit is 300 words maximum. Do not exceed 300 words, because if you exceed the words, there will be negative marking. So keep a limit of your word limit. It should be 300 or less than that. So as prescribed by the council, so it is a 20 marks. It's a compulsory question. You know it. Yeah. So first and foremost, review writing. So what is review? Review means criticism. Criticism means to find faults. But one thing, let me tell you. So whenever you are asked to give a feedback, this is one kind of feedback, because uh, when one has produced something, uh, the person may not be knowing how far his production or his produced product has reached to the people. So there must be a feedback given to him. So when you supply a feedback, the person who has produced it will understand uh, to what degree or to what an extent the person has been successful in his production, in his work. So if there are shortcomings, the person who has produced the product would try to omit those errors, those mistakes he or she has put into making that production. So if feedback is there, the feedback will give the person to analyze what he or she has done. That is why uh, writing a criticism, writing a review is a must to whatever be the concern. So here also you have been asked to write a book review or a film review, uh, so that the person who has produced the film or written or published a book, he or she must understand where he has reached, so that the corrections can be done in the forthcoming productions, forthcoming publishings. That is why we write review. So review means criticism. As I said, criticism means to find fault. But one thing you must remember, we should not find fault in maximum, because whenever you talk negative of one thing, it becomes uh, mm, you can say disheartening, okay, to the person who has put all efforts in making it. That is why keep a limit of your criticisms. Better talk on the good side of what he or she has done, so that there must be an appreciation to the person who has done it. That is why more of the better side of what he has done we should speak of, right? And then criticisms we have to limit it, so that the person who has done something for the entire world, should not feel bad. He should not be disheartened on his doings. He should not get demoralized to produce the next or write a book the next time. That is why we should limit the criticisms. We should limit finding faults of what he or she has done in his film or book. So, the first and foremost thing, I think, okay, I made it clear. Review writing means to criticize. We have to find fault of the production or the book who keep publishing, so that the person will get time to correct the forthcoming films and the books that he would write. That is why we write criticism. Maximum of the times in the newspaper, the telegraph, there are certain film reviews given. Uh, if you are in the habit of reading the newspaper, especially uh, the telegraph, you will see Wednesday or Friday such a review. Uh, um, Writings are okay published. So you go through them, you'll try to understand more of it. What is review writing? So the points, what are the things we must remember to write review writing? As I said, right? Either it would be a film review or a book review, right? So any of the two will be there. Both won't be there together because the examiner will have a choice, either this or that, right? And we will not have a choice because whatever the question is mm, asked there, we have to write the same. So this is a compulsory question. Writing a film review or writing a book review, the format is same because both of these do come under review writing. That's why we have the same format to write, right? So review writing means criticism. You understood? Now the thing, what you must do when you sit to write a review writing. If a review writing is asked on a film, so first of all, you need to watch the film. You need to watch the movie because without watching it, you will not understand what the film is about. So, watching a film is a must, and you have to write the review on a film on which you have watched it. Otherwise, you cannot bluff it. You cannot imagine and write. You have to be factual in writing this because this is worldwide known. If you are writing a review on a film, everybody knows it. So you cannot bluff. You have to write uh, factual. So you have to watch the film, or if you are asked to write a book, then you have to read the book, right? You must have read that book. Only then it is easy for you to write a book review. Otherwise, without reading, how come you write a criticism or criticisms? It becomes very tough because without knowing it. So you have to read the book and you have to watch the film. And one thing for you to understand, if this question is asked review writing, be it a film or a book, the question will not be asked on uh, certaining the names. The name of the film, name of the book will not be printed in the question paper because, as I told you, there would be lots of problems regarding this question. If film, particular film is given in the question paper, say, take an example. Uh, the film, you can say Dangal, right? So many of you have watched it, many of you haven't watched. So those who have watched the film Dangal, uh, he or she can write the review on the film because you know the story, you know the characters of the story in the film, so everything is known to you. But those who haven't watched it, so what to write, right? So 20 marks will be a big problem, right? So the question in this uh, will not be certain a name, right? Same thing. Take an example of a book. If you are asked to write on a book, suppose you are asked in the question paper, write a review on the book, uh, um, The Half Girlfriend. Now say, now some of you have read this book, and many may not have read the book. So those who have read the book, you can write the criticism. Those who haven't read the book, what you will criticize, what you will write, right? Because you know nothing about this book, right? So watching that film and watching the writing that book, you need to have the knowledge on what you are asking, because there is nowhere you can bluff it. You have to be very true in writing both of these reviews. That's why you must have watched that movie, you must have read that book, then only it becomes easy for you to write a criticism. And to make it easier for you, the council will not certainize the topic, right? That is why you are free to choose a film of your choice and the book of your choice. That means you can write a film review on any film that you have watched. You have to write a book review on any book that you have read. Any book means outside your syllabus book. You're not allowed to write a book review on the syllabus book, the prescribed book. Suppose The Tempest is a play written by William Shakespeare and is in our syllabus. You are not allowed to write a book review on the play or the drama, The Tempest, that you are reading. So your answer will be here cancelled. So you have to choose a book which is outside your syllabus book, outside your prescribed syllabus book, right? Only then the question will be checked, right? So the council has made this question lighter if this question is asked in the paper. So you are free to choose on any film review that you are writing. You are free to choose on any book review that you are writing, right? So as far as this question review writing is concerned, there is only 10% chance the question will be asked in the paper. 90% chance this question is not asked, because I already told you the difficulties in this question. What are the difficulties you see? If a film review is given in the question paper, since it is only a single question and a compulsory question, uh, there are varieties of film reviews the students all over India may write. Now, the person who is the examiner, rather to say, who is checking the answer paper, he or she must have the thorough knowledge on all the uh, film reviews that the students have written from every parts of the country. Now, the examiner may not have watched all the movies that the students have written in the paper. So it became a difficulty. Before checking the answers of the students, the examiner should be busy watching the movies, right? And then understanding what the movie is about, and then only he or she can sit and check the varieties of answers written in the paper. Same thing may be the case with the book. Now, if a book review is asked, the question is made free for the student to make a choice of their own read books. So there would be varieties of review writings on the book that is written by the students all over the country, right? So the examiner may not have read all the book reviews written in the paper by the students. So it became a difficulty for the examiner now. So the examiner would be busy reading all those unread books that are found in the answer paper written by the various students in the country, right? So there is a difficulty in the checking, right? So the examiner, the evaluator, the examiner would have to watch the movies which are not watched by him during the time of the examination, paper correction, and then he or she will have to read the book at the time when he or she is busy checking the answer paper. So it became a difficulty for the examiners. That's why only 10% possibility is there. This question will be there in the question paper, because a lot of difficulties you saw. One difficulty I already discussed with you, right? So that's why review writing is a very rare asked question in the paper. No doubt it is in our syllabus. We have to practice it and keep practicing it, because who knows, the question may be asked when is it to write an exam. That's why we need to know the format and get ready with it. So see, so as I was telling you, the steps to write your review was the film, right? So the student should watch the film on the film that he or she is writing a review, as well as the examiner, the evaluator should also have watched the movie which he or she has written the book, the film review of the paper, right? So same difficulty is seen in the book. You have to you have to read the book, on which book you are writing the review about. So the examiner should also get ready with the varieties of book knowledge he or she should have in evaluating the answers written by the varieties of answers found in the paper. So this is what you must do. And number two, express your opinion. So on review, whatever you are writing the book or a film, you must express your opinion. What do you feel about the film? What do you feel about the book? You have to express your own opinion on the topic that you are writing, and then support your criticism. So whatever faults that you are writing, whatever faults you are pointing out, whatever sizing factor that you are locating, they must be supported. So it should not be a baseless criticism that you are making. There should be some reason on what ground you are criticizing. So there must be the support of your criticism on the film review that you're making, or the book review that you're writing. So support your criticism. It should not be plainly criticized. There must be the reason. And then the characters. So on the film we have the characters. On the book that you are reading, there are also the characters. We must mention those characters and differentiate or compare the characters, workings in the film that you are writing the review, or which you have already watched the other films of the same character or characters. And the same thing with the book, the writer on which you are writing the review must be compared with the other publications that the writer has written before. So we need to mention about those characters. Then provide the information about the film. We need to provide the information, because whenever a film is made, uh, there must be some kind of lesson that we derive from the film. So what is the film wanting to inform us? So that must be here provided. A book that is written by uh, the writer also has the reason of writing the book. So how far the book has been able to provide information to the society, so that must be discussed in your uh, review writing. We have to include these all points. Then focus on central analysis. So we have to analyze the central theme. What is the film saying to us? What is the book wanting to tell us? We have to analyze the central meaning of that production or publication. That must be done. And then we have to provide a conclusion. So in the conclusion, we generally write, we are awaited to see more of the uh, mm, publications of the same writer. We are very much eagerly waiting to uh, watch more of the movies that are going to come of the same, you can say, uh, the the film producers who are on involved in making a film. So we have to give the conclusion. So these all facts must be there when we sit to write review writing. So it is not easy as we think to write review writing on a film or a book, because we need to have a complete knowledge on the film that we are writing a review. We have to have a complete knowledge on the book that we are writing a review, because we cannot bluff anywhere, we cannot imagine anywhere. We have to be very very true in writing the reviews, because these review that we write is a feedback to uh, the all uh, mm, crew uh, of the film or the book that is right. They must understand where they are. They must understand their own stand. So if there are some failures in their part, they will try to correct in the next that they are going to produce. That is why we are providing the feedback. So this feedback is review writing. So this is a must. So we understood here. This is a hinted question. As we all know, you will get the hints. The hints will be given there on the basis of like a film review. You'll be um, very much certain to know who the film director is, who the music director is, who the choreographers are, who the characters are, uh, where is the film shooting done, where is the setting of the film, where is the plot, what is the plotting of the film, and we need to know the producer, right? So every detail of the film must be known to us, because all these will be the hints asked in the paper. We have to include all these in our writing. Same thing with the book. Who is the publisher, name of the book, the publisher, and the page quality, the cover quality, pictures in it, cost of the book, the language used in the book, whether this is readable by all the standards of the people, mindful of their ages, uh, right? So those all things will be there in writing a review writing. So the help will guide you what to write there. But the thing is that what you write must be known to you. So you have to get well prepared in writing this review. So as the council is on a mercy side, because they will not be asking you to write a film on their choice. You will not be asked to write a book on their choice. So it is your choice. You have to make a film ready for writing a film review. You have to make a book ready for writing a book review. That's why the choice is yours, right? So it becomes easy to write on your side, because you are preparing it well beforehand and then writing a review on it, right? So this is what you must include in writing your review writing. So I hope you understood what is a review writing, and now if this is understood, we'll have some questions to do. So I'll be sending you the question to work at home. So you please see the videos, read the questions what are given to you, and then take time to write those words in your exercise notes. So hope this is clear to you. So next time again we'll come up with more of our topics to discuss, and then carry on in our classes. Thank you so much.